Good afternoon. My name is Tom Simmons. I'm the chairman of the Development Foundation, and one of the wonderful tasks that we have at the foundation is to conduct groundbreaking ceremonies just like this. They, of course, would not be successful if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy Monday schedule to come out and celebrate what I think is going to be something pretty extraordinary. Spellerberg Park, my oh my. The swimming pool that usually closes sooner than anything else is soon going to be staying open year-round. And it's going to be the next signature facility in Sioux Falls. Tell us more about that. Please welcome our mayor, the Honorable Mike Huther. Mike?
Thank you. Thanks so much, Tom. Well, I'd like to welcome all of you to this very, very special day in our city's history. Our citizens celebrate as one today as we break ground for our first public indoor aquatics facility. This has been on our city's quality of life to-do list since 1951. It is time to cross it off, Sioux Falls. Let's get it done. All will be welcomed here, residents and visitors, young and old, rich and poor, and yes, veterans that have served so valiantly along with their families. And yes, one group will reap the rewards from this new facility and this wonderful investment more than any other, the Spellerberg neighborhood. This facility will help all of us maintain our health and ultimately will help keep us young. It will generate economic development dollars in a grand, grand way. It will take this quality of life that we enjoy and it will take it to an all-new level. And oh yes, those brutal winters will now be shorter. The snow, the cold, and the wind will be no match for the spacious and wonderful feel of summer that will be enjoyed inside our new aquatics facility. Oh, thank you. Sioux Falls, I want to let you know that we're going to apply the lessons that we've learned and the successes that we've earned from our new event center project. Our project manager for this particular project will be, again, Kendra Simmonsma. We will highly engage the operator of this new facility. In this case, it's going to be our Parks and Rec team versus SMG at the new event center. We will utilize an owner's rep, and he will be beside us every step of the way. We'll use the construction manager a risk approach, and yes, those public and private partnerships that you've heard so much about at the new event center, these sponsorship opportunities that we've thoroughly taken advantage of. We're going to do the same thing here at the Spellerberg Indoor Aquatics Facility. And yes, we will maximize the taxpayer dollars and truly get our money's worth. Folks, there are going to be issues that are going to pop up along the way. And guess what? We'll handle them well. But at the same time, we're going to capture the opportunities that are out there as well. And in the end, we will not only meet the high expectations of the city, but we plan to exceed them. There are so many people that I'd like to thank. Without their leadership and support, it would not have happened. First, I do want to acknowledge there were 70% of the voters that supported this idea, supported this concept. There are leaders behind the scenes like our Parks and Rec Board, city councilors, the city staff that work so hard for you day in and day out, that are there and made an incredible difference in making this happen. Yep, there were citizen groups like Swim 365. Thank you for your efforts. There was a behind-the-scenes, super secret team. They were my citizen advisory team that helped guide me and others through the dialogue, the due diligence, and the debate. I'm going to let you know their names right now. Raleigh Samp, Brett Bradfield, Mike Crane, Dale Froelich, John Somervold, and Kathy Clark. Thank you, coaches. I appreciate it. Today, all of us celebrate this memorable day. This town has accomplished something that has eluded us for 60 years. I'm so proud of you, Sioux Falls. So very proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Huther. You know, along with all those names that the mayor just named off, there's one other very important group that stood behind many of the projects that we built in Sioux Falls and stand behind them going forward as well. And that's our business community. Here representing the ambassadors of the Sioux Falls Chamber of Commerce, please welcome Dr. Dave Kapaska. David?
Appreciate it. Good afternoon, everyone, and it is a special day, to say the least. The Chamber's mission is to advance and promote the economic health and quality of life in this community. The indoor pool will fill a gap in that realm, as the mayor stated, as it will be used by senior citizens, school kids, swim teams, and families from across the city. The new indoor pool will generate economic activity as a host site for potential swim events and other events. And with this new pool facility, in addition to the city's quality of life, will be a benefit to our community from an economic development recruitment point of view. And I have to say, looking back at some of the projects that have been done over the last 10 or 15 years, as at McKinnon Hospital where I work, and I'm sure at Sanford and multiple other businesses in this area, when we bring our recruiting circle is the world now. And when we bring people in from all over the world to look at Sioux Falls as a place to live, typically their understanding before they come is much different than their understanding after they leave. They walk into the pavilion and know that the cultural attributes of a community are well stated. They walk into the events center to be open shortly. They know that that aspect of life is covered. And this is just another one at the Spellerberg pool to make sure that for those that are adamant about swimming year-round and those that just want to exercise year-round, we're the place to be. And that means our community grows, our business community grows, and we all flourish. I appreciate the mayor's words, his work, his leadership, and all of the city council and others that have been involved to make this happen. It's an extraordinary event, and let's celebrate together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. One other gentleman that has, well, he seems to almost be a fixture at most recent groundbreaking ceremonies. Maybe that's because so much stuff has been going on in the northwestern part of Sioux Falls. Please welcome our counselor, our representative from the Northwest District and Chair, the Honorable Dean Karski. Dean?
Thank you, Tom. I'd be happy to know, unlike the mayor, I didn't bring up a 3-page speech, but it was very well done, Mayor. Thank you, yes. And I just want to recognize the other counselors that are here. I see Councilor Erpenbach, Anderson, Kiley, Staggers. I think Rolfing is golfing, right? No. The teamwork. This is part of the Northwest District, but it's on the corner of the Southeast District and the Central District. You could hit a golf ball into either one of them from this point. Couple neat things about this pool. When the conversation was going on about building this pool, I looked at this location and I said, what a great location. I can take my now grandkids sledding in the morning and swimming in the afternoon and never leave the same parking lot. I think that's just a fantastic idea. The other thing about it is we're going to build this pool and we're not going to go into any debt. We are paying cash for this pool. It is going to be paid for the day it opens up. And then there's always talk about the ongoing operating costs of a pool like this. And just like the event center, there's going to be sponsorships available, and those sponsorships are going to be used towards paying the operating costs of running a pool like this. So many great things that we have going on. Dr. Kabaska, I'm also an ambassador for the Chamber of Commerce, one of my volunteer roles. When I'm out talking to businesses about investing in our community, investing in our Chamber of Commerce, we talk about our quality of life. So many great things that are going on here. Sioux Falls is such a great place to raise a family, have a job, to live. A pool like this, a facility like this, just another jewel in the diamond in our diamond we call Sioux Falls. It's a fantastic thing, a great place to live. This will be a fantastic facility, and congratulations to our community and to everybody that had any involvement in putting it together.
You know, the Development Foundation, one of the things that we do is take the statements like those you've heard from our speakers today, bundle them all together, and share it with the world, telling the story of Sioux Falls and offering folks reasons why they might want to move their businesses here, why they might want to move here themselves. And it's kind of an easy story to tell. It's an easy product to sell. And you can't sell something you're not sold on. And we are sold on Sioux Falls and sold on all of you. We've got an opportunity coming up in the near future, very near future, where we receive telephone calls from a neighboring city that wants to put together a busload of people, all their dignitaries, to come down and hear the Sioux Falls story. Frankly, they're trying to figure out, how do those guys do that? They're going to get a little bit of that about our park system and the wonderful thing that we have going here from our own Director of Parks and Recreation, Don Carney. Don?
Thanks, Tom, and good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming out, and thanks for supporting this particular event today. Today, I wanted to just give you a little more background on the kinds of amenities that you can expect to see in this indoor aquatic center. For those of you that are familiar with our new family aquatic centers, such as Drake Springs and Laurel Oak and some of Terrace Parks, some of our most popular facilities, we will have a similar zero-depth recreational pool that will also have lap lanes tied in with it, and that'll really be the kind of the family spot, so to speak, a place where you can take your little toddlers all the way up to the teens. And so we'll have amenities like that. We'll also have water slides, which the kids always enjoy. We also will have a current channel that people will be able to enjoy, much like we have over at Drake Springs now. Well, one of the things that we're really thrilled about is, as far as this new aquatic center goes, is that when we had our aquatic facility master plan meetings, one of the things we heard from the facility providers in this area over and over and over again was that we simply don't have enough lap lanes. There aren't enough lap lanes in this community to be able to support the need for exercise, therapy, aquatic clubs, whatever it might be. And so with this new facility, it'll be a 50-meter by 10-lane competition pool, but it will also be able to be converted so that you can swim 25 yards with 20 lanes. And so to have those additional lanes available for our community is just awesome, and it's really going to meet the need long-term for those lap lanes. As you know, today's a pretty sunny day, a nice day to be outside. We will bring a little outside to our indoor aquatic center. We will have an outdoor spray pad, very much like you see at Pioneer Park, and we'll also have an expansive sun deck for people that want to be outside during those warmer periods of the year. We'll also have diving boards. We'll also have multi-purpose rooms. So if you want to have a neighborhood meeting or a business meeting or your child's birthday party with cake and pizza, you'd be able to do that as well. And so we'll have multi-purpose rooms, and then obviously we'll have parking to meet the daily demand generated by this facility. The other thing I'd like to share with you is a little bit on the time frame and the timeline for this particular project. The demolition will actually start this month. Our crews through Public Works and Parks and Recreation will work over a period of 2 or 3 weeks to be able to remove the facility. A little bit will get started today, and that will go on through the beginning of September, and then we'll continue on with design through the winter months. In the spring, we'll bid the project out. The contractor will start as soon as the weather allows in the spring of 2015. And then in 2016, in the fall of 2016, we'll be back here again, only to have a grand opening and a ribbon cutting for your new indoor aquatic center. So thanks again for being here. Tom?
Thank you, Don. And congratulations to your entire team. You do a great job for our parks. In addition to the city folks who work on the parks, there's another very important group of people, very passionate group of people who serve as volunteer members of the Sioux Falls Parks and Recreation Board. Today representing that board is Patty Abdallah. Patty?
Thank you, Tom. Good afternoon, everyone. We are here today on a gorgeous summer day to break ground on the state-of-the-art facility that will serve and inspire children and adults in Sioux Falls for the next half a century. The Park Board is not only excited about adding this indoor aquatic center to our community, but also excited about improving and enhancing an older park in a core neighborhood. Rehabilitating this park will improve so many aspects of this central Sioux Falls neighborhood, which, by the way, was home to my husband and his family for more than a decade. The site plan for this park includes the relocation of tennis courts and sand volleyball courts to a more user-friendly location in the park. In fact, all of the features of the current park will be incorporated into the new site plan. The picnic and playground areas, the walkways, the green space, and of course that awesome sledding hill will all be maintained, retained, and improved. In closing, I want to thank the administration for the leadership to get this exciting project done. As you've heard, it has been a long time in coming. I especially want to thank the citizens of Sioux Falls for showing such a commitment to improving the quality of life within our great community. Let's join together and break ground. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty. Well, breaking ground is why we're here, but you know, this isn't exactly green space. Before we can break ground for a new facility, I guess we got to do something about the facility that's here right now. Mayor Huther, you have something to say about that?
Well, folks, normally in a traditional groundbreaking ceremony, you'd have some little shovels and you'd throw a little dirt. We decided to bring in the big guns today. As you can see, we're not messing around. We've waited a long time for this day. This day is upon us. Let's break some ground in a big, big way. Again, thank you so much for being here today. We'll throw a little dirt, and then we're going to throw some monster concrete. Let's have some fun, Sioux Falls. Let's go.